Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Earning Our Stripes. I am one of your hosts, Benjamin Duncan. Brock will not be joining us again this week, but that's okay because we are all fully lined out with everything that we need to talk about this week. Starting off with our list of things. Sorry, and this might be a bit of a speed run of an episode because I still have to pack to get ready to leave to go to Starkville in the morning. So more on that later. But here we go. Let's see. Gotta scroll through this to the last time. Here we go. Yeah, here it is. And this was for Mizzou blowing out in men's basketball, beating whatever that team was, 100 and something to 39, whatever. I don't know. But we have the last two times Mizzou won by 72 points was against Chicago State in 1995, which was a final score of 117 to 45, and then versus McMurray in 1976 with a score of 106 to 34. Yeah, those two games were the previous tied record for most points scored for the biggest lead in a men's basketball game for the school, but the men's basketball team set that record this past week. We have Virginia Tech ended up upsetting Mizzou in wrestling, sadly, 23-10. Mizzou Volleyball is ranked 25 once again, and they're in the poll for the second straight week. The football team is ranked 23rd in the college football playoffs as of right now. Here we go. There is another thing for the football team in which most bowl projections have Mizzou in the Vegas Bowl, which kicks off at 9:30 p.m. Central Time. And they said, the world is not ready for Mizzou after dark. I guess we will find out about that. From Mizzou Athletics, the more about the Beauty and the Beast thing that we had talked about the last couple times, I believe, with wrestling and gymnastics performing at the same time together. We have another thing from Power Mizzou. For those who have asked, and there have been quite a few, I checked on Brady Cook's eligibility. He is done after this year. Waivers for players who played a bowl game as their fifth game in a season prior to the rule change are being denied. So Brady Cook will not be able to come back next year. Will be interesting to see who plays quarterback for Mizzou next year. Oh, there it is. Missouri beat Mississippi Valley State by 72 points. The Tigers had both more points off turnovers, 45, and points in the paint, 44, than the Delta Devils' total points, 39. That was the largest win in school history, as I was talking about a few minutes ago. Mizzou football head coach Eli Drinkwitz says quarterback Brady Cook continues to deal with multiple injuries that aren't fully healed yet. Among the impacts, Cook can't quite snap his wrist all the way, Drinkwitz says, which impacted some throws against South Carolina. Also from Eli Hoth, new Mizzou starting center Drake Heismeyer, who studies engineering, on why he stuck around since 2020 despite not getting much playing time. I was sold on the school. I don't do this for money. I want to get a degree from the University of Missouri. It means a lot to me. We love to hear that. We have a game time announcement for the Arkansas game on Saturday, November 30th for Senior Day. It will be at 2:30 Eastern, or no, that is Central Time. So, yeah, 2:30. Nice. I'm glad it won't be. I mean, it'll be dark by the time that game's over, but at least it'll be during the light hours for the most part. We have Mizzou adds a long snapper out of Memphis as a preferred walk-on. Okay. Cool. For this next class of the 2025 season. Men's hockey plays against the University of Arkansas on tomorrow when this gets uploaded, Friday, November 22nd at 7:15, and they play on Saturday, November 23rd at 7 o'clock. Let's see, what is this one? I'm really enjoying this. Give me your favorite top 4 all-time Mizzou wide receivers in order, in which this guy said Justin Gage, LaDamian Washington, Denario Alexander, Luther Burden. He does not have Jeremy Maclin on that list, in which Jeremy Maclin would definitely be on my list of my top 4 wide receivers. And I pose that as the question to you guys for this week. For you guys, who would your top 4 all-time Mizzou wide receivers be in order? That is our question for you guys this week. Then we have baseball. Signed Camden Lohman from O'Fallon. He is a right-handed pitcher. That's good. Then we have Johnnie Walker Jr. Has 4 consecutive SEC games with the sack, which is the longest active streak in the SEC. Good for him. From Mizzou Athletics, congratulations to newly elected 2025 System Board Chair Todd Graves and Vice Chair Michael Williams. We look forward... Look forward to continuing our work together in the coming year, and special thank you to Robin Winokur for your passionate leadership as board chair this past year. Cool. Mizzou Baseball also signed Connor Jones, right-handed pitcher out of Spring, Texas. Then Mizzou women's basketball beat St. Louis 112-59. Mizzou wrestler Colton Hawks is the Big 12 Wrestler of the Week. Let's see. One of Mizzou's top commits, Jack Lange, has been officially presented as a Navy All-American. He talks about that honor as well as his plans for the next few months prior to his arrival at Missouri. Cool. And then we just have a link here. Let's see what this is that Brock sent us. It is not working, so I don't know what that is. It's men's wrestling tonight versus number 16 Illinois. And so that started earlier, and hopefully they can win that match in men's wrestling. Mizzou men's basketball is joining the fight for literacy, hosting a book drive in support of UW Hart-Moe next Wednesday during their game versus Lindenwood. Mizzou baseball also signs left-handed pitcher Todd Furtado from Queens, New York. And that is what we have for our list of stuff that Brock has sent us. Now I need to get my charger because my computer's about to die. So give me just a second there. Okay. Hope everyone is having a good day. When you guys are watching this, if you're watching it within the first few hours of it being uploaded, I will still be driving down to Starkville, StarkVegas, whatever you'd like to call it. But I'll also say I'm sorry from my end for not uploading any of the games I've gone to here recently. It's just the Ohio State trip and then the Nebraska trip, or Oklahoma, my bad, was just kind of back to back, and then it's that time of the year when everyone's getting really busy with things. I'll try to get some stuff uploaded over the Thanksgiving weekend, but yeah, I'm gonna be gone this weekend, and I'm planning on going to the Arkansas at Mizzou game next weekend. So a lot of stuff going on. Hopefully, I can get some stuff posted here soon. But yeah, we'll just hope for the best, and hopefully I can get some of that stuff posted. But then I think Brock had sent us an official Know Your Enemy yesterday. Yes, here we go. From the official man himself. He has sent us Know Your Enemy. But before we get into that, we will look at our mailbag, in which, from Noah, saying, I don't know if Mizzou will make the college football playoffs if we win out. I think a lot would depend on what the teams ranked ahead of us do, in which I totally had agreed. But then looking at it from where we are now, from pre-South Carolina game to post to where we are now, we're not making the playoffs. There's no way. But that's all we got there. But now we can dive into Know Your Enemy, Week 12, in which I will read this off exactly how Brock has it. All right, Tiger fans, it's time to Know Your Enemy, powered by bcardentertainment.com. The University of Mississippi State Bulldogs. From Starkville, Mississippi, an 8-hour drive southeast of Columbia on I-55 and I-22 East, this is the closest road game the Tigers have played all year, the next closest being the Bama game. So, there should be some true sons and daughters cheering on your Tigers. I'll be there, so at least there'll be one. This is their 91st year of play in the Southeastern Conference, as they were a founding member of the conference back in 1932. Jeff Lebby is in his first year as head coach. He is 2-8 so far. This is his first head coaching job. He was previously the offensive coordinator at Oklahoma, another SEC team. We have two common opponents, and one of them is a non-conference game, Texas A&M and UMass. The Bulldogs lost 34-24 to the Aggies, and Mizzou lost 41-10. And Mississippi State beat UMass 45-20, in which Mizzou won 45-3. So, kind of similar scores for both of those games. But the all-time series is tied 2-2, as these two teams don't face off often, as Mizzou won the first two meetings back in 1981 and 1984. But the Dogs have turned the tide, winning in 2015 and 2020. I remember that 2020 game. I'm not sure if I was there or not due to the stuff that was going on in the world at that time, but yeah, that was 2020 was a weird year for all of us. Mississippi State runs the veer and shoot offense. First time we've seen this offense this year. The veer and shoot is an offshoot of the run and shoot, which is an offshoot of the spread offense. The veer and shoot was popularized by Art Briles, who Jeff Lebby was an assistant under at Baylor. To break down the veer and shoot would be a video in and of itself. Just think receivers out as wide as they can get, and the run and shoot. They average 24.4 points per game when not factoring in FCS opponents. On the ground, Davin Booth and Johnny Daniels have a combined 220 carries for 1,106 yards and 8 touchdowns. Michael Van Buren also has 4 touchdowns this year. They love to catch defenses with pounding the rock before they throw it deep. Michael Van Buren will be under center for the Maroon and White. He is 107 for 196, 1,415 yards passing, with 9 touchdowns and 5 picks. He has been sacked 22 times this year. He took over as starter before the Georgia game, and the offense has fared slightly better with him, as they have scored 27.8 points per game with him versus 20.25 before him without FCS opponents. Receiving, Kevin Coleman Jr. has 62 catches, 756 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Devin Booth has 4 touchdown catches as well, and Mario Carver has another 3. Another 3 Bulldogs account for the other 5 touchdowns. Mississippi State is converting 39.26 of the time on third down this year. The median this year in the FBS is 38.1. For those wondering, the lowest is still Kent State at 20.2%. Mississippi State runs a good old 3-4 defense, which, in Brock's opinion, as he wrote it down right here, is the best defense. Safety Isaac Smith leads the team with 101 tackles. Never a good sign when a defensive back leads the team in tackles. No Bulldog has more than 1.5 sacks this year. 7 Bulldogs have a pick on the year. The defense is easily the weakest part of the Mississippi State team, as they have given up 37.4 points per game, including 41 to Toledo. Brock's prediction is Mizzou 45, Mississippi State 13. My prediction, I will say, will be Mizzou. Mizzou 31, Mississippi State 24. I think it'll sadly be closer than we're expecting, and I'd like for the Bulldogs to try to do something good, But, yeah, it's my prediction, and that is the University of Mississippi State Bulldogs. But that is all that we really have written down for that. But, as I'd mentioned earlier, I will be, me and one of my friends, who hasn't been on this podcast before, who's going to be here in about 30 minutes, we are driving down to Starkville. While you are watching this, when it gets first uploaded, we will be stopping at Buc-ee's in Springfield, Missouri on the way down there. I am a sicko and got us first row seats across from the Mississippi State Band there in Davis-Wade Stadium, or Wade-Davis, whichever way that name of the stadium goes. But looking forward to a good game. Weather's supposed to be in the 60s when it starts and near the 40s when it ends, because it's a 3:15 kickoff on Saturday. Saturday morning, before the game, since the game's in the afternoon, I've been kind of looking and talking with some people, but we might be driving to Tuscaloosa for breakfast Saturday morning, as there's a place that I was recommended to go to by a friend that's right outside the Bryant-Denny Stadium. And so we'd be able to eat breakfast and see the stadium. And there's also a Publix right there on campus too at Alabama. So we'll be able to see some Alabama stuff. And with Alabama playing in Oklahoma this weekend, it won't be busy. And everyone will be gone for Thanksgiving break most likely. So it should probably be a pretty chill weekend, or whenever we're there for Tuscaloosa. But then we'll drive back to STARKVEGAS. And, I don't know for our drive back, we may or may not try to hit up the Bass Pro Shops Pyramid in Memphis. Who knows? It's Memphis, so I really don't know. But, that's really all I got. I know this is a bit more of a shorter episode this week, but, hope everybody has a great weekend. And as always, or slowly but surely, as we are earning our stripes, I've been Benjamin Duncan. M-I-Z! C-O-U.